Hi, my name is Shona Williams, and I am the host of Vegan Plate Please on Facebook. This week, I am hosting a wonderful cleanse of the body. We are cleansing the body with water, with fruits and vegetables, with salads, with good, healthy snacks. Um, Now, there can be cooked food as well as raw food or live food. There can be chia seeds, there can be beans, there can be different types of seeds for this cleanse. The main thing is that we are eating good, clean, healthy food. Good, clean, healthy food that is, and I'll qualify that, in season. Very important to eat foods that are in season. So for this cleanse this week, we're going to focus on different things like water and salad and when to drink, how much to drink, different things like that, so that the body can be recalibrated and realigned. Also, we're going to focus on what types of foods to eat because that's really, really important. We want to eat the most nutrient dense foods, locally grown foods, foods that not only help our internal systems, but help our pockets as well economically. So want to just take a moment and say there are tons of different types of cleanses that you can choose from to move forward through. But this particular cleanse is going to focus on water and cleansing first thing in the morning with infused water or some type of water that is going to just refresh and revitalize your system. It is very cold outside. Right now, it says it's about 23 degrees outside. So we do want to eat some cooked food. All right. So we're going to just focus on cleansing. We're going to focus on being very circumspect about our food, what types of food to eat. Now, what do we want to start out our morning doing? We want to start out our morning giving our body breath. Okay, so we want to breathe. Breathe in the morning. Take nice, deep, refreshing breaths in the morning. Stretch and wake up your system. Get your circulatory system going. Get your respiratory system going. And then drink that water. Drink water that is room temperature. Drink water that has been infused with some lemons or some limes, some oranges. If you would like to put cucumbers and basil and rosemary in your water, just let that sit. Let it sit at room temperature overnight, and then drink that water first thing in the morning. Drink about 20 ounces of that water and allow some time for it to let you purge. Okay, so just drink it as early as possible in the morning so that you can move your bowels, right? Next thing is we want to make sure that we're eating good, clean food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You don't have to have 3 meals a day. You could have 2 meals a day. You could also have snacks during your day, making sure that your snacks are good, healthy, clean snacks. If you do nuts, make sure that your nuts are soaked. Okay, you want to soak your nuts for about 1 hour before you eat them, even if you're not on a cleanse. All right, your seeds also. That makes them more digestible. Okay, you can also do fruit for your snacks. You can do figs and dates. You can do vegetables, crudités with a delicious cashew nut cheese, basil pesto. These types of dips are extremely delicious. You can even do baba ganoush or hummus as your dip. These types of dips are very nutritious, nutrient dense snacks that you can take advantage of during the cleanse. For breakfast, we want to avoid fried foods. Actually, for the entire week, we want to avoid fried foods. We want to saute our foods this week, or we want to eat them raw, or we want to bake them. But we do not want any deep fried foods. We do not want any fried foods in our system whatsoever this week. We can do soups. Soups are delicious. I encourage you to get some dried beans. You can do the lentils, or you can do some split peas. Okay, but just make sure that you are not microwaving your food. You want to avoid microwave food. We want to avoid that fried food as well. So when you do your beans, make sure that you're soaking them for 8 hours, and then you can cook your beans um, as directed on the package. When you cook your beans, do so with things like onions, bay leaf, season it with oregano, cumin, turmeric, coriander, basil, rosemary, delicious thyme, different things like that. Flavor and fortify the water. Okay, so it's again nutrient dense. So now when you go to pick your foods that you want to eat, your produce, fruits and vegetables, choose fruits and vegetables that are in season. Right now, um, we have squash, winter squash that is in season. Squash is a delicious veggie that you can eat. Very, very convenient, very quick to make. So all you have to do is cut it in half. This here is an acorn squash. Okay, acorn squash is absolutely beautiful, nice and green. And this is some of them are smaller, but this is a tiny little guy. You can just cut it in half. It's very filling. It's beautiful orange on the inside. You can eat the seeds once they're baked. You can eat the seeds also with this dish. You can cut it in half and bake it on 325 for about 45 minutes to an hour. And so it would be delicious just like that. No seasonings, no anything whatsoever. If you do decide to stuff it, you can stuff this squash with something like some quinoa with onions and peppers and celery sauteed together, and you can stuff it inside the squash here. Also, in season are your kale. Kale is absolutely delicious, raw or sauteed. Or you can even put the kale into your soup. Okay, so all different types of ways you can use your kale, but make sure your veggies are organic. Okay, when you choose your veggies, make sure that they're organic and colorful and um, in season. So not only is the kale in season, but you also have the broccoli rabe. Broccoli rabe is in season and delicious, very nutritious. It looks a lot like broccoli, but it's called broccoli rabe. It has a wonderful flavor, quite different from broccoli. Broccoli is also in season, and you can also choose your cauliflower. Cauliflower is a very versatile veggie, very versatile veggie. You can saute it. You can eat it raw also. You can have it in salads, or you can have it just flavored, and you can roast it in the oven. After you rub it with spices, you can slice it in nice thick sections, and then you can roast it in the oven and it tastes delicious, absolutely delicious. Other things that you can eat are, for example, your sweet potato, turnips, kohlrabi. You have Jerusalem artichoke, leeks, and horseradish are in season. All of these types of things are excellent, absolutely excellent for your grocery list. Brussels sprouts. Okay, so when you are making your salads, let's go back to the salads. When you are making your salads, always chop up your salads very small and chew your food. If your food is raw, make sure that you're chewing that food as much as you possibly can to get that saliva in there and start that digestive process in your mouth. All right, so you make sure you're chewing your food very well. Another thing that you want to do is purchase some sprouts, or you can sprout your own. You can sprout your own beans and things like that. So this is wheat berries, okay? These are wheat berries. And what you do is you soak your seeds or your beans overnight, and then you soak them for about 12 hours. You soak them and you rinse them off, and you put a cover over top, turn it upside down, and you allow that sprouting process to happen. Okay, so after that soak overnight, you can drain that water off, then put a cover over top, secure it with a rubber band. Cover would be like a cheesecloth or something breathable over top of that mouth of the jar. And then you turn it upside down, allow that sprouting process to happen. And then you can use your own sprouts. Sprouts are delicious, they're crunchy, they're full of enzymes, very powerful. If you are going to have nuts, if you're going to have nuts and seeds, please remember to soak your nuts and seeds. Soak your nuts and seeds so that they can be easily digestible. Very important. Okay, we are facing a lot of digestive issues because we're not eating correctly. So we want to make sure that we're soaking we're soaking our nuts. We are making sure that we're making our own sprouts for our salads, because sprouts can be expensive. We want to minimize costs as much as possible. So you purchase things that are in season. Don't purchase things that are difficult to find. So purchase things that are in season and make your soups. Soups stretch. Soups stretch. You can make soups with sweet potatoes. You don't have to use white potatoes. Okay, so we want to stay away from certain things during our cleanse week. And those things include white foods. So white sugar, white flour, white bread, different things like that. We want to stay away from white salt. The table salt has to go. So when you're seasoning your food, you should be seasoning your food with different things like basil, oregano, marjoram, bay leaf, coriander, turmeric, celery, onions, lots of different types of seasonings that you can use. Garlic, leeks, onions. Season your water for your soups and your salads with these types of vegetables. Very, very good for your system, very cleansing as well. So in the morning, once again, to wrap it up, in the morning, we want to cleanse ourselves with some water. You can use the apple cider vinegar. You can use a tablespoon or less than a tablespoon of water, of apple cider vinegar in about 20 ounces of water. What you want to do is just drink that as quickly as possible. Allow it to purge you and go through you. If you don't want to do the apple cider vinegar, no problem. Use some lemons or use some limes. They're very, very good to clean your system. And the lemons and limes are in season, grapefruits are in season, kumquats, kiwi, all these different things are in season. So make sure that you are cleansing with these types of things first thing in the morning. Okay. Also put ginger into your water. Let that matriculate into the water. You can use that. All different types of things that you can use to cleanse your system in the morning. First thing is your deep breathing. Second thing is your water. And be very, very mindful picking up organic, healthy vegetables and fruits for your cleanse week. On my page, Vegan Plate Please, in the photos section, you'll find a folder called recipes. In that folder, there are recipes that you can use for your cleanse week. There are recipes for juices. So I encourage you to go to the photos section on these Vegan Plate Please and look at those recipes and use them. Enjoy your cleanse week, okay? And do whatever it is that you can do to make this a successful week for yourself. Just remember to avoid those white foods that I had mentioned. No breads, no pastries, different things like that. Of course, the sugary snacks, they have to go. When you're drinking, make sure you're drinking excellent, good, healthy, powerful drinks like sorrel or infused water, okay, to make sure that your system is getting all those antioxidants, all those nutrients into your system and empowering your system. Make your soups. Make your soups and stretch those soups. Put in your sweet potatoes, okay? Put in Brussels sprouts. Put in kale, and really power up those soups so you can have lentil bean soup with carrots, or you can have lentil bean soup with fennel or cauliflower or kale. Just make sure you're powering up your soups so that they can be delicious and filling and keep your belly nice and warm in this 23-degree weather. So my name is Shona Williams, and we are entering into day 2 of the cleanse. I hope you are enjoying it so far. So good. Let's go. Yes, you can. We'll see you soon.